2 weeks ago on The Current, we heard the story of Bashir Maktal, a Canadian citizen in jail in Ethiopia. We've been following that story. He is facing terrorism-related charges that could result in the death penalty. Yesterday, his supporters gathered across the street from the Ethiopian embassy in Ottawa to call for his release. And then they made their way to the Prime Minister's office to call for the government to pressure Ethiopia on Mr. Maktal's behalf. So we're going to leave you this morning with some of the voices of the people involved. I'm Anna Maria Tremonti. Thank you for listening to The Current.
We need justice! We need justice! For Bashir! For Bashir!
My name is Saeed Maktal. I'm the cousin of Bashir Maktal, who's been detained in Ethiopia more than 18 months. I'm here to give awareness to the Canadian public to show them what happened to my cousin was inhuman. I'm hoping to go to the government of Canada, especially to the Prime Minister of Canada, Stephen Harper, so that he could pressure the Ethiopian government.
Part of the group called Ogaden Human Rights Committee, we document and do research on the abuses that are going on. But today in particular is about Bashir Maktal. We hope that we can get a little bit more help from the government. They have helped so far, but we feel like there needs to be a little bit more pressure. Mr. Maktal could be killed. He could be killed without even having a due process.
We're hearing rumors that he's maybe in a risk for his life. If it's not acted, something may happen. Now, tomorrow, it could be me. It could be you. We are here actually for the future of our generation. We came here. We are Canadian, proud Canadians. But one day we may go back to visit any country. So what will happen? So all we're asking is basically to the Canadians to do what's right, and that's basically to act on behalf of their own Bashir Maktal.
What do we want? Justice!
Hopefully we'll make it worthwhile. Oh, he'll know. I report everything. I will do that. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Take care.
Now, he is accused of involvement with the Ogaden National Liberation Front, the ONLF. Ottawa has not put this group on any kind of a terror watch list. Has that changed? What is Ottawa's view of the ONLF?
Well, no, we haven't yet put that thing, and we are not at this stage. We don't want to tie this case to Mr. Maktal. What we are interested in is to have the due process carry on out there.
And you say that you are willing to take it higher if need be. What are you willing to do?
Well, no, I've made a call. I've gone down to Ethiopia. I've made a call, and I will, if we are seeking quick access, and we will, if I need be, I will go back to Ethiopia to push for these rights. However, I do want to say this, that my talks with the political leaders in Ethiopia have been quite productive.
How so?
Well, they do understand that we do need consular access, and they're working to try to get us consular access.
And why the delay then? I mean, can't they just order them to be let them in?
One would expect, things work the way they work in other countries. We have to understand that this is Ethiopia, and Ethiopians have their own system.
Now, Canada sends $100 million in aid and development funding to Ethiopia every year. Is the government considering using any of that as leverage in this case?
Well, because we give a lot of aid and Ethiopia is our partner, we do have access to the government, and the government recognizes and appreciates our help. But I would like also to point out that the development aid is going to humanitarian assistance. Ethiopia currently is facing quite a serious famine out there, and the children mortality as well as high prices of food. This is where Canada's aid is going, and I think it is important to recognize what aid is doing. And so we would rather prefer that due to our friendly relationships, we put pressure to get access to Mr. Maktial.
And have you asked for a meeting with the ambassador here in Ottawa then, in Canada, the Ethiopian ambassador, to at least get some of these issues cleared up? Because they're telling us there are charges, they're not telling you that.
We meet with the Ethiopian High Commissioner, the Ethiopian ambassador here on frequent basis on this issue, asking, giving our diplomatic note and trying to get more information. But you have to understand this. At the same time, our own ambassador, who is in Ethiopia, in Addis Ababa, is very active on this file, and he has been working very hard on this file. And as I said, on June, our council has recently gone twice to gain access to the detention center. So it's not that nothing is happening. It's happening on all fronts.
Mm-hmm. But it sounds like they're stonewalling you, though. They're telling us one thing, they're telling you something else, and he's gone twice to get access and couldn't get it.
Well, I can't comment about the story about him being charged and what he just said. All I can tell you is what we have been informed officially after we were advised that he had been charged, and so we tried to get more information about it. So currently at this stage, all I can tell you is that the government of Canada has not been informed that Mr. Maktial has been charged yet.
Well, will the Prime Minister or the Foreign Minister be intervening at some point?
Well, we have always been. The Foreign Minister wrote a letter to the Foreign Minister of Ethiopia.
That was Mr. Bernier, right? Will Mr. Emerson be doing anything?
Well, it's the same thing. I'm a parliamentary secretary. I'm going on the authority of the Prime Minister and Mr. Emerson.
Okay, Deepak Oberoi, thank you for speaking with me today.
Thank you.
That was Deepak Oberoi. He is the Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Minister of International Cooperation. He spoke to us from Ottawa.